Hey guys, NCAP24 here from SmartMadden.com, coming back with video number 5 for the man press beating scheme series that we're doing out of the New Orleans Saints playbook. Today we're going to be looking at the pistol, and we're going to look at two formations here on this video, which is going to be the pistol slot wing and the pistol wide trips. Then we'll come back with video number 6 on the pistol bunch tight end. So the first play we're going to be looking at on this video is called the PA comeback. So we're going to be able to use this tight end route to be able to go to our advantage on man press. So what you're going to see here is he's got that unique outside release, then it kind of goes up the field and then towards the middle of the field. What we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and motion him to the left hand side to do that banana route that I explained before in a different video. What we're going to do though is going to take the wide receiver and put him on a flat and put the B on a drag. What that's going to do is give you a little bit more room to catch this ball on the left hand side. It gives you a secondary route with the B receiver in case the user player jumps to A. So we're going to go ahead and show it here that the A is the receiver we're looking at here. We're going to cut off the play action. You can see how he gets that little separation right there and gets that hole pretty easily against man press. Let's go ahead and run it again here. And again, all you're doing here is you're moving this guy over, putting the B on a drag, and putting the Y on a flat. That comeback route gives you a nice little area to be able to throw this ball to the A receiver as soon as he gets out to the left-hand side, and you're going to be able to catch that ball without anybody getting that hit afterwards for you. So the next play we're going to be looking at is the PA cross in, and what we're going to do here is show you two different setups of how to beat man press using the running back route as a nice dump-off route. Now what you see here is the running back route does a nice play action, and then he cuts out to the left hand side. But when you cut off the play action, what you're going to see is that that running back never makes it to the line of scrimmage. He cuts behind the O-line, giving him an opportunity to allow the player that's covering him to get caught up in the O-line. And a lot of times what happens is he has a successful ability to be wide open because either the linebacker gets caught all together, or he has to fight through traffic to get to the RB receiver. So we're going to use that to our advantage, and the secondary route we're going to be looking at is the X route. Because of the timing of it, if the RB doesn't get through that line of scrimmage or the guy covers him, the X route is going to be the second route on the deep end, does a nice job of being able to beat man press. What we don't want to do is get the Y in the way of the X receiver, so what we're going to do here is put the Y on a slant just to give him a little bit more of an option to get out of the way and kind of get a user defender to kind of get his attention on that play. So let's go ahead and take a look here. And what I want you to see here is to watch that middle linebacker and see if he gets sucked in the O-line first. And if he does, then we're going to dump it to the RB. If he doesn't, then we're going to go to the X receiver. So let's go ahead. Here we go. We're going to cut this off. Does he get through there? He does get through there, so we're going to throw it to the X receiver right there over the middle for the easy catch as he beats his man across the middle. So go ahead and run this a few times here just so you can see it. Again, we're going to look at that middle linebacker. Does that guy see how he gets caught up totally that time? And now we're going to have that ability to get the 10 to 15 yards pretty easily. Keep on showing you a couple more times so you can see the consistency here. So just put the Y on the slant again. Let's look at that middle linebacker. Does he get through? He does get through, so we're going to throw it right there again. That time I got a bad animation on the catch, but we were able to make some juke moves there. Let's go ahead and try it again here. And I just want to show you exactly, that middle linebacker, does he get through? This time he does get through again, and we're going to dump it off to that player. So that's the two reads right there. So the second setup is going to be very similar as far as options go. You're still going to have the RB, you're still going to have the X, but we're going to give you a third option here by doing something different with the Y receiver. Instead of putting on the slant to get him out of the X's way, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a two-step motion to the right-hand side, and we're going to hike the ball. What that's going to do is going to give him inside leverage on that 1DB, giving him the ability to, when he does his double move as far as he does his cross, you're going to be able to get separation, you're going to be able to fire it to him for an easy catch. So let's go ahead and show it to you here. What you're going to see is you're going to move this guy in a couple. We're going to hike the ball. You're going to see how he gets inside position, and we're going to be able to throw this ball to the flat and be able to get up the field if you time it right. So you're still going to have the same options you did before with the running back and the X receiver. It does work a little bit less often to the running back when you do the two motion because of the ability for that linebacker to work his way through, but it's still an option in case the user goes ahead and jumps that wide receiver. So let's go show it to you one more time here. Hike it right here after a couple steps, cut off the play action. This time we're going to be able to still hit that wide receiver, and you can see how he's going to be able to get around the corner right there on the easy catch right there. So the next play we're going to be looking at is the corner strike play. And what I want to do here is I'm going to show you two different setups, but the first one we're going to go ahead and flip it. And we're flipped it to make the left receiver here have the red C route, because that's a much better route than the one on the right hand side. So let me go ahead and show it to you here. And the reason why I flip it first is because I want my number one receiver who's going to line up on the left side running this route. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a couple different options on this play, then we're going to show it to you when it's not flipped and kind of give a similar look and then kind of get your player off guard. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put this A receiver on a drag, the Y receiver on a streak, then you're going to move over this other C route. Alright, we're going to block our running back while this guy's coming across. And what you're going to see here is you're going to have kind of a crisscross of your two C routes, and the A route is going to be a drag from the slot position where he's a wing position where no one's going to really able to get a touch on him. He's going to have a nice speed burst and get over to things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just to hit this A receiver, because it's going to be a real easy dump off route. So I'm going to show you here. You're going to see how he's going to get across real easily. You're going to be able to catch it about the 4 or 5 yard mark, but get 7 to 10 pretty easily because of the way he beats man press. Now the second option here is going to move this guy over, put the Y on a streak, and I'm going to put the A on a drag, just like we were doing before, block your running back. And we're going to hit this X receiver because he's a much better route runner with this route than the B will be for this play. And we're going to be able to hit him on the C routes. Let's go ahead and look at it here. You can see that the X gets the nice inward cut, and we're going to be able to throw it out there and get him to the sidelines because that C route will torch man press. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unflip it. Okay, so this is the way it normally is. And we're going to do a very similar look. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the X on a drag. We're going to put the Y on a hitch. And what we're going to do is put the A on a fade, and we're going to motion this guy over. Okay, so what is that going to do exactly? What that's going to do is it's going to kind of look like what we did before by moving the B receiver over. But remember how we used the red route before? The red route is a much better route. So we're going to actually hit him this time on a C route, but an in instead of towards the sideline. So let's go ahead and show you how this works here. And you're going to see that the B is going to be able to take a nice hard cut across the middle, and you're going to be able to get a nice ability to kind of throw your opponent off balance. And what we're going to do here, again, I'm going to show it to you, because I have to flip it back here. We're going to have everybody kind of looking at the crosses here, and that's going to free up your ability to get this player open. Now, the X is going to be a dump off route because he's going to have that ability to get across. That Y kind of leaves a little bit of a room for the X not to hit him. That's why we put him on a hitch. And the A goes ahead and attacks that strong safety, so that way you can get that B open without getting hit afterwards. And you're going to see how he's going to be able to get that yards right there for the easy 15 to 20 yard gain. So this next play is called the inside cross, and it's going to be the last one we're going to be looking at with the pistol slot wing formation before we get into the pistol wide trip. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to run this play pretty much exactly the way it is with just one tiny adjustment. And let me go ahead and look at that here. Now we really like the fact that the A receiver does this inside cross drag route from the slot wing position, because he's going to be unbumpable and he's going to be able to get across the field pretty easily. Now sometimes he'll run into the Y receiver and kind of slow up his route. So the only thing we're going to do here is we're just going to re-drag the Y receiver, giving him a little bit different of a route in order to make sure that they don't hit each other as often. Now, if nobody hits the A, that's going to be your primary target. Going to be able to dump it off to him for an easy 7 to 10 yard gain. Now, if someone does hit him across the board, across the field here as he goes across, what you're going to see is that the X receiver becomes our secondary route, because he's going to be able to beat his man on that nice deep in play against man press. So go take a look at it now. It's going to be a 1-2 punch. Does the A get across clean? We'll dump it to him. If not, we're going to X. Go ahead and look at that A receiver. Does he get across cleanly? He does. We're going to be able to throw it to him and get up the field for the easy 7 to 10 yard gain. Now we're going to go ahead and show it a couple more times just so you can see, the consistency of what you're looking for. Put that Y on the redrag, and you're going to see that does the A get across the field cleanly? He does not. So this time we're going to throw it to the X receiver as our player that we're going to be able to throw to as the secondary receiver. So let's go run it one more time just to show you what you're looking for. It's really just a 1-2 punch. Does the A get clean? If he does, we're going to throw it to him. If he doesn't get clean, we're going to throw it to the X receiver. And again, you saw that he got the clean release for the easy 7 to 10 yard gain. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the pistol wide trips, and the first play we're going to be looking at is the PA all go. We're going to be able to use this tight end route to our advantage. So what we're going to do is very similar to what we did on the first play of this video. We're going to take this A receiver, we're going to motion him to the left hand side while putting the B on a drag. That's going to give you the opportunity of being able to have a back route with a B, but also this A receiver is going to be able to beat man press on the left hand side when we motion him over. It's going to do a play action towards that A receiver, so it's going to be kind of keeping that user at least in his tracks for just a second, because it looks like it's a run, and then it's going to go to that A. So let's go ahead and look at it now. You're going to see that it looks like it's the run play. As soon as he does that cut, you're going to be able to throw it right to him, kind of like the banana route that we showed you on the first play. Let's run it one more time so you can see it. You're just going to put the B on the drag just in case you need that extra secondary route. You're going to go ahead, let the play action go through, and you're going to be able to cut it off right there, get down if you need to press that A button so nobody hits you, but that's the nice play right there. So the next play we're going to be looking at is called 4 verticals, and what we're going to do here is we're going to flip it to give it a different look. And we're going to kind of run this a little bit differently so it doesn't show that it's normally a 4 verticals play. Everybody runs 4 verticals, and you know, it's one of those deals that I want to kind of disguise it a little bit, but also use the benefits of having that red route beat man coverage and give you a secondary option from a different look. So what we're going to do here is I flipped it because I want my number 1 receiver, who's on the left-hand side, running this motion drag that I'm about to go here. I'm going to go ahead and block the running back and put the X on a drag. I'm going to motion him to the right-hand side. I'm going to hike it right before he settles. A lot of times he's going to get a little bit more of an advantage that way on his DB over the middle, so we can give him a dump-off pass. And what I kind of do is I run this in a way that if I read the user, but I also read the drag route depending on who I want to throw it to, if he gets the advantage. We're going to go ahead and hike it over here. As soon as he's about to settle, right there, and we look at it, does he have the advantage? He does. We're going to be able to get up the field and be able to usually get the 5 to 10 yards pretty easily. That time I didn't get as much separation as I really like to have, but you definitely want to show you kind of over and over again. You know, at first they thought it was 4 verticals. Now they're thinking to themselves, it's not 4 verticals, you know, and you're going to see that he's going to be able to get the advantage, but now you're going to be able to throw it to this player, because your user kind of loses thought that he needs to cover that guy a lot of times when you give a different look. So you can see here, and you can see that when I throw that ball, I like to tap A to make sure that he gets down. But you're going to see, you know, we're going to be able to hit this X receiver across the middle here, and you're going to be able to get around the corner for a lot more yards when you go ahead and do that speed drag type situation. Or again, just going to go to this A receiver, knowing you're throwing it right at that strong safety. You want to go ahead and just kind of tap that A button just to make sure that once you throw it to him, he gets down and gets that possession catch right there, so that he kind of protects himself there. Definitely a throw that you want to make sure that you throw it a little bit earlier than I just did right there. But that way, you go ahead and you got him open right there, and then you're pressing that A to get him down so nobody can catch it. So the last play of this video is going to be called the PA Power O. And what we're going to do here is get this unique route on the left-hand side to our advantage, because we showed you in other videos against man press, as soon as you have inside position, the guy's going to make his cut, and it usually doesn't go as deep as it normally does. So like right here, you're going to see that that cut should go around the 36-yard line, but when he gets pressed, he's going to do a nice cut right around the in between the 45 and the 40, give us a nice easy throw. But what we're going to do here is going to put the A on a drag, and we're going to motion him to the left. What that's going to do is it's going to put him in that slot wing position. We're going to be able to have a nice easy ability to do the drag off of that, giving us a secondary throw. But the X is really what we're trying to throw to on this play. So let's go ahead and watch it here. We're going to cut off the play action. You're going to see that you'll be able to hit this drag right away, or this X receiver as it gets off of this man. Let's go ahead and run it a couple more times so you can see here. So again, put the A on a drag, move him over, and go ahead and we're doing a 1-2 here. You know, cut off the play action. Does the A get open? He does. We can go ahead and throw it to him and get that easy 7 to 10 yard gain. But the real player that we're really looking for, which I really like, is because everything's going to the right. You know, the RB, which is that corner route. A lot of people are going to try to jump on that. That X just kind of looks like he's getting bumped, then he gets across the middle, and you'll be able to hit that fire throw for about 10 to 15 yards pretty consistently every single time. It's just one of those that I like to be able to sneak it in from time to time, especially because it looks like it's going to be a play action. Next thing you know, you're going to go ahead and just fire it right to the X receiver, and your real simple throw, guys, to beat man press. now that is this video, guys. This is video number 5 of the series. I'm going to come back with video 6 and release these back to back. So if you watch this video, go please watch the 6th video that's going to come right behind it. So you'll be able to watch 2 different videos if you want. You can wait later. This way you don't have, you have the ability to kind of cut up both videos against the pistol. But the other one is about to get released just as well. Appreciate it, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tell some friends, hit us up at smartmadden.com. Check out the play sheets. We'll have these ready as soon as we're done with the shotgun series. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.